punishment is for a high school student to graduate, huh? That's what he's looking forward to all the years he's in there. Oh, man. I'm in line, man. I'm in line. What are they going to do? I'll tell you what, man, if the world keeps going the way it's going, you may have to make a decision one day. Because there may be somebody on our own turf put a gun to your head and say, denounce Jesus or I'm going to kill you. What are we going to say? Pull the trigger. Make it a headshot. I don't want to be in a, you know, I don't want to be in the wheelchair ministry. Give me a good straight-on headshot and keep pulling the trigger. I want to be with my Father, man. If you guys have read in the book at all, you know how awesome is this gift that we've been given, man. How awesome is this thing? No more tears and no more sorrow. Who can believe that? I mean, who can imagine such a place when we've been living here in this world all this time? Can you even imagine a place where there's no sorrow? My mama's there right now. After all that us poor boys did to her. I can't believe she survived as long as she did. Tortured her. Stealing all her stuff. Making her life miserable. And my mom is happy. For the first time in her whole adult life, my mom is happy. I flew from Georgia to California to do her funeral. And I got all my family out there. That ain't my mama right there. They laying in there in that casket. That's my mama's old house. My mama's in heaven. She ain't in there. Come on, man. The Bible tells us to be absent from the body is to be together with Christ. My mama's with Christ right now. She ain't in there. She's dancing before the Lord. No more tears. None of us boys stealing her stuff. Because she stored up for herself riches in heaven where moths can't eat it. Rust can't destroy it. Man, it was the best news, that phone call. My son called me. Dad, Grandma's gone. I said, where'd she go? I called Georgia to tell me Grandma's gone? She's gone. She died. Mom died? Yeah, I go, oh, that's awesome news. That's awesome news because my heart grieved every time my mother would call me crying about what my brothers had been doing to her. She's crying and crying. I didn't want to hear my mama crying no more. My mama's happy right now. She's happy. She's so full of joy right now. And man, that makes my heart just sing. There's a whole lot of people out there, guys, that are on a fast track to heaven. We are Christ's ambassadors. God has got a plan for Mill City and the surrounding areas. And you guys are major players in this plan. No matter what God's got you doing. Painting the church. Doing outreach. Whatever it is, we are a family of many parts. But the family has got to stick together, man, because if you get cancer somewhere, it spreads to the whole body. And so often, man, Christians and churches, man, they shoot their wounded. They get a part of the body that's sick or that's having a hard time, and they push it away. We can't be doing that, man. We can't be doing that. We've got to learn how to love each other. We've got this new thing that God has given us, and that's love. Because I didn't have it before. I don't know about you guys. How was you doing before you met the Lord? If you haven't met the Lord, how you doing? You ain't here by accident. You're not here by accident. You are the solution, Christian. No matter how you feel, this thing ain't about feelings. It's about Him. Don't keep putting it back on yourself. You can't do this thing. You can't deserve this salvation that we've been freely given. You can't deserve it. You can't earn it. God gave it to you. What are you going to do with it? You say, oh, I don't know. I'm just, you know, I can't be talking about Jesus and stuff, you know. This morning I was talking about, you know, I love doing the Walmart ministry. One thing about they got some special people at Walmart. Man, I said, boy, Lord, I hope I never acted like that. You know, they got women bigger than me that think that they're Bo Derek, man. They put on these little outfits and stuff and walk through Walmart. Messed up folks at Walmart. That's right where I need to be. I want to be where the messed up folks are at. You know? That's what I loved about Elma. Elma was a town, when we got there, that was, I mean, all the logging trucks were for sale. Man, the stinking spotted owl. The spotted owl was the cause of people losing their homes. And the gill netters that took all the fish, the fishermen were selling their boats, logging trucks down. You guys probably had the same trouble here. You know? People weren't, what they need something to eat. They need some food. We went into Elma and said, man, I want to put a church downtown Elma. I tell you, this has really cracked me up. I still laugh about this. I went down into downtown Elma on Main Street, and I found a storefront for rent. Me and Judy were thinking, man, we'd love to be able to do something for God. I mean, we only had like $450 a month, you know, that we could pull out over our bills, and we seen this place. It didn't have a price. It just said for rent. Right next door to City Hall. Now, I don't know about a lot of you, but that still makes me feel weird. Being next door to City Hall, right? Usually I stay as far away as I can get from City Hall. But this place was just awesome. That night I called the landlord. And I said, I see you got a storefront for rent down there in downtown, out on Main Street. He says, yeah. And I said, how much you want for it? He said, I want $850 a month. I said, oh, well, that's pretty simple to me. That ain't what God got for me. Right? And I said, well, thank you very much. He goes, wait a minute, what do you want it for? I told him, I want to put a church and a food bank that's open every day. Right downtown in this city that ain't got nothing. He goes, you want to put a food bank? You want to put a church next to the city hall? You know, come on, man. I mean, back then, you know, you just, I don't want to be near them people. I just don't want to be near them. They got inspectors and stuff that have done nothing but cause me grief. You know, you guys ever had dealing with building inspectors? They're like sent straight from the abyss. And he said, well, wait a minute, what do you want? I told him, and he said, well, how about $450? Oh man, I still tingle when I think about it. And so I said, I'll meet you there tomorrow. I met him there the next day. And he showed me around. He said, what do you think? I said, man, it's awesome. I said, man, I barely got enough. I really don't even have enough right now to pay the $450, let alone deposits and last months and all that. He said, oh, he said, you don't need to worry about that. And I said, you know, it'd take me a couple of months to get this place ready to be a church. He goes, how about you get 2 months free? No last month, no deposit. Pay me the $450 at the end when you start up. You want it? I go, yeah, I want it, but I mean, we're downtown. I mean, will they even let me put a church here? They got all these code things and, you know, uses for properties and all kind of crazy stuff. And I'm next door to City Hall, man. You know, and I don't look like the upstanding Southern Baptist pastor that I are. And don't you know who you're talking to here? You know who my daddy is? So I said, well, let me go next door and see if they'll even let me. We went next door, man, me and Judy. Went in there, and I told the lady, we want to put a church next door. She said, what? This is Main Street. It's not zoned for that. I said, okay. Let's rezone